Good morning and welcome to another edition of Monday Morning Messages. I want to jump right in, if you don't mind, discussing JCAP. It's a lot of important information that's being disseminated through JCAP, or should I say given to you to present through JCAP. JCAP obviously is a great opportunity for you to really develop a good relationship with your students, really helping them to better understand exactly what data in respect to ACT, in respect to our Scantron performance series, in respect to career choices, if we're really talking about 11th and 12th grade, FAFSA opportunities. We know that window opened up October 1. Certainly looking forward, colleges, looking for financially how we're going to pay for college. All of these are talks that you should be having with your students during this JCAP, and we've been sending you, or should I say Ms. Hyatt has been sending you information in addition to Ms. Akins in respect to, the JCAP and what should be taught. So certainly went around to some teachers' classrooms during JCAP, and I can say that I've been very impressed, while others, we got some work to do, and we're going to certainly work to that end. Speaking of Scantron Performance Series, certainly we have had the opportunity to test all 9th and 10th graders in our building. Some of the scores are promising, while others, again, we have some work to do. And certainly we trust that you are looking at this information as we're passing it back to you. So now that you have determined the baseline, and therefore we're beginning to really look at these areas where students are still struggling in an effort to try to master standards. So certainly begin looking at these benchmarks. We are set to take the ACT mock again in the next couple of weeks. Ms. Hyatt will get that information out to you. Certainly now you have a great comparison to when we took it initially to open up the school year, and then of course we'll get this information back to you, or turn back around to you fairly quickly, so you can really begin to look as you close out your semester with your students in the respective courses. Also, our ACT Work Keys assessment. We will be testing our seniors prior to the Christmas break. We do ask that we are allowing our students to work on Key Train, also preparing them for these ACT Work Keys assessments. Certainly silver is the benchmark there and above, and so certainly we want to make sure that our students are going to be obviously college and career ready, and those indicators are embedded in the assessment, so therefore we know whether or not that we have met those standards. One issue that we're dealing with is our faculty absenteeism. I'm beginning to see more and more absences from our faculty. Certainly I understand if students are sick, or your student, should I say, your child is sick, or if you're a little under the weather. There's been many a times, as you definitely know, that you've been able to just kind of tough it out and try your absolute best to get through the day. If you have walking pneumonia or flu, certainly we don't want you here. But if you got a little runny nose, it may be that you can tough it out and get through the day. Certainly if there's a doctor's or a dental appointment, that we try to push those back. We've done an excellent job of trying to cover for one another. And if you've been asked to cover, we ask that certainly you help out with that. Ms. Gardner does an amazing job of providing coverage and splitting it up so we don't have one person covering the entire class period. So certainly you want to jump in and be a team player in that regards. But we ask our students be here every day, and certainly we ask that our teachers make the best effort possible to be here as well, and to make sure that you have a folder for your students, because if you're not here, then work does not go on unless you've left something for them. Also, lesson plans need to be posted, or modules outside your doors. Administration, we're making our way in and out of classrooms, looking outside your lesson plans, and some of them are 2-3 weeks old. Now, I understand if it's a module and it's going to run 3 or 4 weeks, I get that, but if you're doing absolutely nothing in respect to following a lesson plan, then I'm really curious as to what instruction is being delivered in the classroom. We'll move on. The grades in iNow. Certainly, we want to make sure that the grades are being kept current. Our parents are looking at all of the grades that you have assigned in iNow for their respective student. And I'm getting phone calls saying that we've had teachers that have not posted in iNow for some 3 or 4 weeks, or only have 5 or 6 assignments in iNow for the second 9 weeks, folks. If you know better, you got to do better. We ask that you certainly get, into your grade book and make sure that we're keeping those grades current for those students to be able to look and make sure that they're on track in respect to passing your course and earning the grades that certainly they will receive. So that being said, we want to continue to work hard and be visible during transitions, and making sure that our students are getting back and forth from their respective blocks. I tell you, if you get vigilant in making sure that ushering those students along and making sure that you have quality bell ringers and certainly something to get the students immersed in when they hit the classroom, then they're going to get in there and they're going to start working. But if you got nothing going on to start the class period, then needless to say, they are going to be lull and dragging in, and certainly we don't want that. Give them a reason to get to class on time, have something going, and so therefore, hopefully that will help to be able to cure some of this tardiness issue that we're having. That being said, have a productive week. Of course, you know that we are out this Friday, Veterans Day. So certainly a 3-day weekend. So let's give it our absolute very best 4 days this week. And of course, we're hosting the first round of the playoffs here, 7 o'clock against Florence. So if you would be so kind as to relax and rest a little bit and then pack up and come on and support certainly the Indians on Friday night, we would greatly be glad to see you. Get a little tongue-tied here at the end. That being said, here at Pittston Valley High School, we will continue to promote achievement, respect, and success. And again, do have a blessed day and week. Thank you.